Hi everybody, this is Sherry from Succulent Babies. This is an amazing adventure that I'm going to show you here. I wanted to start all over with propagation. I feel that I can never do too much in propagation. So I wanted to share with you how every day I do propagation with the plants that I have. So as you know, propagation is where you take from a mature mother plant the leaves of the plant, the bottom part leaves of the plant, and you take them and you put them into some clean soil where they can propagate. And you have to have some patience when it comes time for them to kind of grow into this. This is now after waiting about 5 months for them, and this is the beginning start of this. So just to share with you the information I've collected to share with you how I am going to go about doing this. So as you know, if you have a stem cut, and this is a stem cutting of a succulent, basically what you want to do is you want to get the bottom leaves and twist them. The best way to remove them is to gently take it with your fingers and grab a healthy leaf with your thumb and your forefinger, holding that leaf firmly and gently, and then taking it off the bottom part, wiggling it back and forth. Now you're going to have to let this leaf right here dry after you remove the leaves. Now today I'm not watering them, so I'm just going to place them onto the water dish that I have here, and I'm just going to show you how I go about placing them. The reason being that if there's a scab on there that needs to be formed, or a callus that would happen, it's going to happen without me watering it. So I'm just going to place them today on there to show you. Now it doesn't matter which way you put them down in. You could just place them like this into the soil, or you can place them upward. It doesn't matter which way or any direction. That doesn't make a difference in how the leaves are going to start to propagate. So what I need to do then with the plate is I need to give it lots of indirect sunlight. And here in El Segundo, California, I always have a lot of sunlight, and it's later in the evening now today, so I know that if I leave them out here on my shelf here, or I place them on my tables where I have a lot of my succulents at, that they will get enough sunlight out here as this one has. This one was placed in my greenhouse that I have, and this is after 5 months of them just laying on the surface and being on the surface and growing. So taking them from the mature mother stem cutting and placing them onto the tray. And that's all you have to do for that. And then let them sit, and you can cover them with a little bit of soil, because eventually what's going to happen is that they're going to start growing in that dish. So I had some questions that were asked from my propagation, and I wanted to share those questions and share the answers with you. So one question was, when I plant the leaves, should they have lots of sun? Like I just mentioned, indirect sunlight would be best. Direct hot sun can damage them, and they will not grow in full sun. So full sun can sunburn them. Okay? The second question was, once they're roots, should I bury them in the soil? Well, of course you should be careful accidentally damaging the roots, but no, you might accidentally damage the roots if you try to bury them. So just leave them alone, and they'll find their own way into the soil. So just leave it alone. Okay? The next question that I wrote down here is, let me get it out right here. How long does it take these leaves to propagate? Like I mentioned here, it took these 5 months. Some will root, some will not. So if you took 20 leaves, or say you wanted to do 20 leaves of propagation, they only seem to get the roots. Some of them might not. So what I'm trying to ask here well, something that I'm doing is wrong if they're not getting any leaves on them and any plants. No, after they root, they'll grow new leaves, but this process, of course, is taking its time. And that would be my answer to it. The next question is, do I dampen the soil before laying the leaves on it? No, don't dampen the soil or leaves for a while till the broken off part heals, or even until there's roots. So you don't need to be watering this as soon as you're done laying them down after they've calloused. Just wait till they're roots and then you can water them. What should I do if a new plant has formed but has no roots? Sometimes this can happen, okay? I understand. Some plants won't root at all, okay? Some of them, like this one right here, is just doing nothing. And then something right here, they have showed up and are growing. And then, of course, the ones that are doing really well, and they're attached to the soil in there. So I'm not taking them, I'm not moving these out in any way. Okay? If the leaves are slightly mushy but still green, what happens to it? Well, what happens to it if it's mushy is that it got too much water and that it's rotting. So you'll have to dry it out and see how well it does after it's been dried out. I hope this has helped you. I think that propagation is the funnest part of succulents because you can make so much more, as you can see from right here. I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 new plants just from 9 leaves. Grapitosedums and Grapitoviridans grow very, very well when you propagate them, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, when it comes to the stem cutting, I'm going to place her into some water container so that I can get her to root a little bit more. Thank you and have a great day.